The men in green and white against the red and white clad cod army of Fleetwood Town. It will be decided tonight. Yeovil from League One, Fleetwood of the Conference. A home meeting with Blackpool, the prize for the victors. Craig, you saw the first game. What are the keys to this contest tonight?
Well, I think Fleetwood can play an awful lot better, Derek, than they did in that first game. In many ways, up to the hour mark, I was disappointed in them. So I think they come here with a very, very strong chance. That being said, Yeovil got a good victory at the weekends against Notts County, 19th in League One. Yeovil, so it's not been easy to get results here, but I think actually, even though there's two divisions between them, they're actually very evenly matched.
Will be Luke Ayling to take the throw for Yeovil, the 20-year-old. Used to be on the books of Arsenal. Left the Gunners in May of 2010. First real chance for Yeovil to get men forward. Stephen McLean back in the side. Andy Williams trying to make the run as well. Yeovil well disappointed that they failed to close the deal on the Fylde Coast a week and a half ago. Can now dictate the terms of the tie. Long last, it's a home game in the FA Cup for Yeovil. The last 6 matches in this competition have all taken place away from Hewish Park. Maxima. It wasn't a bad ball. And Scott Davies had to look lively.
Yeah, I think he's clattered. I think it's in Gala. He's clattered. Well, I was going to say a hoof for, but it's a decent ball that I thought it would have gone through to the goalkeeper because of the skiddy surface, but it held up.
Nathan Pond taking a knock. He's back on his feet now. Yeovil will try to be direct and positive in the first few minutes. Kieran Agard. Well, that was wonderful play. Well, Davies did just enough. Stephen McLean was waiting inside the box.
Well, it was a poor finish, actually, Derek. Really, from what, 4 yards at most. Really just flicked and poked the right leg out. I spoke about him a few minutes ago. Hugely experienced, both in Scotland and in England. Certainly at lower leagues, championship level. Tries to just flick it into that far corner. Doesn't really get much on it. And in the end, that's a good save from Davies.
Connor Clipper looks to angle it towards Andy Williams. Goodall almost caught in no man's land. Williams. He's still appealing. Andy Williams, nothing there. Mickey Mellon, the former Blackpool midfield man, would dearly love to face Blackpool in the next round. Up to the 5th round of the FA Cup as a player with Tranmere a couple of times, 1998 and 2002. Here's Ayling trying to bring the ball under control, and the decision goes Yeovil's way. Yeovil trying to reach the 3rd round of the FA Cup for the first time in 7 years. Fleetwood for the first time, full stop. Davies, who attended Cardinal Allen High School in Fleetwood, joined the club in June of 2010 after being released by Morecambe. Aimer. It's Bonds in Gala. Himself into a spot of bother. Jamie Vardy knows it's an important occasion for him, as it is for all the Fleetwood players. Wasn't at his best, it has to be said, a week and a half ago. But my goodness, he's been scoring goals for fun. 14 in 17 matches altogether this season. It's Gareth Stewart once again in goal for Yeovil. As the player coach normally coaches the goalkeepers. Rennie Gilmartin unable to play, having joined recently from Watford, not given permission. Down went Agard. No free kick forthcoming. Bonzingala, product of the West Ham Academy. And recently was at Plymouth. Aimer. Up towards McLean. Well, we did say, Craig, that we thought both teams might be a bit more direct than they normally are. It's that sort of night.
Well, it isn't. I mean, the pitch is soaking wet, and so I think from a player's point of view, it's nice to get it down on the surface and actually pass it. But we'll see what tactic they take. I think both can pass the ball, there's no doubt about it, at their respective levels. So Yeovil have started the better at the moment. The team with a bit between their teeth have come out the sharpest.
Conor Clifford, his goal in the first match was his first goal in senior football. Almost 6 minutes gone here at Huish Park. Great to have you with us on ESPN for this FA Cup second round replay. Jamie Vardy scored 9 goals in his last 9 games. He has been watched in recent weeks by scouts from a host of clubs. Goes with the territory when you're on song. Agard trying to give Sean Beeley the slip. No Jamie McNulty for Fleetwood Town, ruled out because of a knee injury. To an extent that does mean a rethink by Mickey Mellon in terms of how they want to operate. Milligan, the master passer, responsible for most of the set pieces.
Well, they had Mangan and Vardy up front when they were at home, so they literally had 2 strikers. Didn't really work as a partnership, so they've got more of a 3 up there now, with Mangan out left, Vardy through the middle on his own, and Till on the right hand side. So a change of shape from Mickey Mellon.
And McLean, and Pond was his direct opponent. Head ups and trots over. Walton makes his way forward, he's not the only one. Upson directing operations into the clutches of Scott Davies. Terry Stephenson, former captain of Yeovil, spent 11 years with the club as a player. 383 appearances in all. This is 140th match in charge. An old Chelsea pal of yours, Craig, Terry Stephenson.
Yeah, I was a young lad at Chelsea when I was there. Didn't quite make the grade, young fella, but spent a long time here at Yeovil as a player. Playing in the lower leagues, nice lad. Tough to be managing when there's no money, no budget, I suppose, but lads have got to start somewhere.
Potential opening for Beeley. His players waiting inside the box. Wasn't the best of balls from Beeley. Towards McLean. Great ball. It's definitely done.
Yeah, that's the experience. Got the nous there.
Andy Williams. Terry Stephenson favours wide attackers. Williams on the right, Agard on the left. And it came off Williams last of all.
Well, I thought he just hesitated, Williams, when he saw Pond coming across. I wondered if he was going to just toe poke it. And try and suck Pond in for the penalty here. It certainly looked as if it might have come off Pond last.
Fleetwood Town have made such a rapid rise through the ranks in the past decade. They've never won an away game in the FA Cup proper. Will tonight be their night. And Goodall over there at left back. Peter Kavanagh, only his second appearance of the season in the recent 1-1 draw away to Gateshead. Beeley, the conquerors of Wycombe Wanderers in the first round, trying to knock out the giant killers, as Yeovil are known. Tremendous FA Cup history, all about knocking out so-called bigger teams. Here's Beeley. McGuire, betwixt and between. Jamie McGuire, his third season with Fleetwood.
Well, actually, in the home game, Beeley, the right back, got forward an awful lot. You see McGuire with the shot there, not his best, missing his midfield partner tonight, and Milligan, two very experienced players in there, so he's got a couple of different types of players around about him. But actually, down the right-hand side, they got a lot of joy, Fleetwood, in the first game. The quality in the end ball wasn't great, though. Generally, they got down the wings, Derek.
It's the wide midfield men, normally very important as far as Fleetwood are concerned. Again, the man who makes things happen when he's in the team. He's not in the side tonight. They're not undercover. The Fleetwood Town supporters who've made the long journey from Lancashire. 6 coach loads. And a free journey. Thanks to Andy Pilley, the chairman.
Oh, that's a nice touch, isn't it?
Here's Vardy shuffling. Oh, it was so near. It's the first real chance of this game. A little bit of afters as well. Andy Mangan together with Aymer.
Yeah, well, the two lads are linked up here. There were 2 strikers in the first game. Little bit of change of shape. And Gallagher's got to do better. He is going to stop the cross. He doesn't. That's a great ball in. And quite frankly, that should be, well, not the opening goal, because McLean should have scored at the other end. But as he missed, it should have been quite a simple header, really. Just go and stick your head through that. It's in the back of the net.
Well, they've won all 9 matches in which Mangan has scored. Fleetwood Town. Free kick goes to the visitors. Ayling transgressing.
Yeah, I think Ayling might have been just did enough to put Mangan off, but really that's what you call on a plate, that one.
To the 4th round with Bury in 2008. Andy Mangan, summer signing from Wrexham. McNulty's made his way up. Briggs in there too. What can Fleetwood conjure? Kavanagh. Fizzles out.
I'm just looking at those Fleetwood fans behind the goals. Don't they call this a summer's evening in Fleetwood? Yeah, they're enjoying themselves. They don't feel the cold from up that neck of the woods.
If anything, Craig, the weather now is more agreeable than it was at Highbury for the first match.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, a couple of hours ago, or 3 or 4 hours ago, I just think, in everybody's attempts at getting here, certainly I saw almost every weather condition on the way down. It's quite benign now.
By McGuire. "14 minutes on the clock."
Yeah, Fleetwood have just settled down, Derek. Just settled into a little bit of a rhythm. Yeovil come out pretty quickly out the traps. Should have scored through McLean, didn't.
James Adcock, the man in the middle. 27-year-old referee.
I had a little chat with him earlier. I don't chat to referees very often, and to be quite frank, I don't think they want to chat to me. But he's from not far from where I live, so in the Midlands. Quite young, isn't he?
27, from just outside Nottingham.
Yeah.
Your neck of the woods.
Well, don't go any further than that. Don't be giving my address away.
There's Aymer, that raking free kick. Agard.
Certainly a player that we've witnessed on several occasions. Agard in his time on loan in Scotland. I think it was at Kavanagh for a short period. Quite quick and direct. Could have killed the game off in the first leg, couldn't he?
Had opportunities. He was released by Everton in the summer. Kavanagh on loan from Everton last season for a spell. Also had a stint at Peterborough.
I say first leg, I mean the first time.
We got your drift.
Yes. It's not European football again.
There's Kavanagh. Stopped the leg out. Goodall. Using McNulty, captain of the Liverpool Academy team. Nathan Pond, his 8th season with Fleetwood. They were in North West Counties Division 1 when he first started with the Cod Army. The burly McNulty. Beeley. Here's Till. Forceful play by Bonds and Gala. Then to Fleetwood Town. McNulty, the club captain, makes his way up. Goodall in position, that curler. Stewart is there. Stewart, who got to the 4th round of the FA Cup with Bournemouth back in season 2002-2003.
Around
19 points from 20 matches for Yeovil in League One. Got themselves out of the relegation zone. They switched off just for a second or two, the defenders. Williams deserves immense credit. Off the head of Beeley.
Well, I'm wondering if it's getting held up in the breeze down there, because that's 2 or 3 balls been knocked over the top, and you'd imagine it would have skidded off the surface going out. It hasn't, so there has to be a little bit of a breeze down in that corner, unless of course the players have put a bit of backspin on. Should out.
Conor Clifford on loan from Chelsea, the young Irishman. Williams to line it up. Clifford was in there again. Little shot for handball. Offside flag has gone up. Agard celebrates, but now realises that he had strayed.
Well, it was a good finish, but Fleetwood got himself in a bit of a pickle about 25 yards out. Header gets one. I think it's Goodall. Just makes a bit of a mishmash of it initially. Talk about a handball here. Just comes off his midriff, and it is poked through by Williams to Agard. He is just off.
He's never scored in the FA Cup, Kieran Agard. No goals in his last 7 matches, a run that goes back to the end of October, and he netted in the 2-2 draw with Leyton Orient. And Kavanagh has taken a knock. And a chance, Craig, for us to take stock of the opening 19 minutes here at Hewish Park.
Well, I think it's sort of ebbed and flowed as much as it could. I mean, they're trying to play both sides. Yeah, they've gone long on odd occasion, as we see Kavanagh off for a bit of the old patch-up job. But, you know, both have had chances. McLaren with the first for Yeovil from 3 or 4 yards. Should have done a lot better. And then Mangan with a header. Really, again, from a similar distance. Loads of pace in the cross from Vardy. Should have given Fleetwood their first goal. So both sides have had chances coming up in the 20-minute mark.
On a sodden surface. Legacy of incessant rain earlier. Rain going on snow. Here's Beeley. Oh, nothing wrong with that cross. And again, possibilities for Fleetwood. It was Briggs who got on the end of it.
Yeah, again, I think the pleasing thing for Mickey Mellon's point of view, the Fleetwood manager, they've got runners, they've got full-backs getting wide, they've got midfielders getting in the box. You can see there at least 3 Fleetwood players getting in that opposing box. And Briggs, you know, just leaning back a little bit. Not easy.
Kavanagh has returned to the fold. Two at the first time of asking. No scoring so far tonight. There's Till. And that hangs up in the air. Well, Vardy was the player who competed for it and toppled over. McNulty. Goodall. Now Kavanagh. Usually to be found at right back, Kavanagh, but playing in midfield this evening. Liverpudlian. And Mangan has moved into the deeper position. Here's Briggs, and Beeley crying out for the ball to be played to him. And the concession of a corner by Agard.
Well, that's super football from Fleetwood, from the conference side, from left to right, into the edge of the box, little 1-2s, 3, 4, 5 players getting involved, trying to get the wide player in at the end of it all. And I get a lot of joy, Derek, down the right hand side, down Fleetwood's right, Yeovil's left. They're getting a lot of joy.
McNulty going to cause havoc inside the 6-yard area. Over it comes from Goodall, slipping and sliding, and through for the goal kick. Vardy it was who went down just as that was developing. Would have won 7 of the last 10 away matches in all competitions. Their second season in the Blue Square Premier. Designs on the Football League. Zangala shepherding it back to Gareth Stewart. Yeovil can tell them a lot about making the jump up from the conference to the Football League. They've done it themselves in relatively recent times.
Well, there was a bit of a soft shout for a penalty kick when the ball came in. Vardy just went over. Oh, look at him there. He's getting marked. Is it a little? No, both slipped, I think. He had a look at the ref, though. That's what players do, don't they?
It's Vardy with Amer inside the penalty area. So James Adcock. And a free kick to Fleetwood Town. Recorded what was the 5th competitive win of the season on Saturday, beating Notts County. They are trying to win successive matches for the first time this term. McNulty, real character in the Fleetwood dressing room. And it was over the head of Vardy. By Luke Ayling, missing out the midfield area. McLean's header. Stephen McLean, who started his career with Rangers, didn't really get much of a look in there. Had to bounce around different clubs over the years. Goodall. Showed a bit too much of it to Clifford. No joy for Vardy against the experienced Paul Huntington.
Well, that's where he's just going to take it in there. I think he's in 2 minds. He's thinking about flicking it on for himself.
The referee intervenes here.
Well, at the moment, it's Fleetwood playing the football. They want to get it down and pass it. They want to get it down quickly, get it on the ground and make some sharp 1-2s and suck Yeovil in.
Max Amer, German-born, Frankfurt-born, with Queen's Park Rangers since he was 11. Ayling. A positive play from Luke Ayling. Just couldn't get it through, but the free kick has been given.
Well, Kavanagh makes the late challenge, but actually it was a ball to nothing. I think for Malin, he was on the stretch. He'd sort of lost control of this ball. They did have a player wide. There's no doubt about that. He didn't take any of the ball, Kavanagh did. He just completely wiped him out. And well, on an evening like this, Derek, this is a night, I think, for having a pop, even from this distance.
It's perhaps in store for Scott Davies. So normally responsible for striking free kicks.
It seemed to be a difficult decision, wouldn't it, at the moment?
Certainly not a quick decision. Watton is at the ready. And it is struck by Watton for Yeovil. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it, the goalkeeper, Scott Davies. And McLean attempting to follow up. Goal kick is the outcome.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about. The surface is so skinny, it's so difficult, the ball's soaking wet. Very difficult for the keeper. Watton does the right thing, he hits the target. He's onside, McLean, and the keeper does well. Second time round to smother it. May have come back off him for a corner kick, actually, which is what McLean was asking for. Well, that's a close one.
A scare for Fleetwood. Scott Davies, the 24-year-old goalkeeper, is from the Wild Coast. Watton, the man who took the free kick.
I think from a keeper's point of view, and you know, whilst I'm not a goalie coach, I think, you know, it's maybe better off in that position, just try to usher that around about the post rather than taking it in.
Kavanagh's pass. Vardy couldn't quite get there. Ailing. One back to Stewart. Fast and furious on a greasy surface here at Hewish Park. But still Yeovil 0, Fleetwood 0 in this second round replay. McNulty is putting Pond under a bit of pressure. Of course, both teams have their own reasons for wanting to face Blackpool in the next round. Blackpool, who beat Yeovil in the one playoff final at Wembley in 2007. When it comes to Fleetwood, well, they are, after all, local rivals. Blackpool trying to keep it going here. Fleetwood, Till, and oh, it's a goal for Fleetwood Town from McGuire. Jamie McGuire, and he celebrates in front of that little knot of Cod Army supporters. The conference team in front against the League One side.
Well, it's Andy Mangan with the initial run, skips by 2 or 3 players, cutting in from that left, and again, all the problems coming from down this right-hand side. This time it's Till, and just how he finds that amount of space in the penalty area. Terry Skeffert will be asking that question, but he does, and they eventually get out to him, and when they do get out, it's far too late. I think the keeper sees it late, it goes through the legs. I think it might have been a Watton, and the keeper can do absolutely nothing, Stuart, there, and right in front of the away fans, and aren't they happy?
First shot on target, and it pays dividends for Fleetwood. Jamie McGuire, only his second goal of the season, scored against Bath City in the 4-1 win back in October. Well, Yeovil Town knew it was going to be difficult. Terry Skibberton, his pre-match comments, talking to Darryl Curry, let me know that he has tremendous respect for Fleetwood. And Yeovil now chasing this game. Ed Upson was the offender just then. Well, not what Terry Skibberton had in mind. Grim-faced at the moment. McNulty's free kick. Kavanagh. Oh, that's an excellent ball. Beeley. Waiting to pounce was Briggs inside the box. Well, they are ecstatic. I'm sure they're jumping up and down at Jim's Sports Bar in Fleetwood as well. I'm told that that is a sellout. Almost 500 people in attendance there. £2 a pint, which is not bad in this or any economy. Shot for handball as McGuire drove it against Clifford. Another chance here for the visitors. The shot from Briggs. And Yeovil just wearing a ragged look.
Yeah, just sloppy there. And the home fans getting a little bit exasperated. Briggs didn't have to take that shot on.
Still a lot of football to be played in this second round replay. Vardy was in pursuit. Stewart is there for Yeovil. They have scored in each of the last 6 matches, the Glovers. Good. Came into this game seeking successive clean sheets for the first time since January. It's fallen by the wayside. Vardy trying to hit the byline, and down he goes onto the corner. Not getting any sympathy from referee James Adcock.
Yeah, it was Huntington here just getting himself back in. That's where they want Vardy, just in that little channel, turning the centre-halves, getting them facing their own goal because he's quick. In all fairness, the centre-half did quite well there, but he looks sharp.
Goes Aymer, aware of Till's presence.
Well, it tells a story when I think Yeovil had changed the shape there. They've stuck Agard up through the middle with McLean. They've gone to a more 4-4-2. They've stuck with 2 wide players out to try and stop the full-backs getting forward.
Beeley, clipped by Clifford.
Yeah, and that'll be Clifford's job on that side to stop Beeley, Derek, because he's been getting forward. So he's gone back to 2 natural wide men, Terry Skiverton, to try and float that.
Andy Mangan, 25-year-old striker. 9 goals this season. He's scored in 21 previous games. Beeley's throw. Kavanagh. To steer it away. Upson hasn't really got going in this match. Been fighting tooth and nail, protecting a 1-0 lead. McGuire's goal the difference in this replay so far. Notes for you coming up on ESPN tomorrow from 5:30 in the Europa League. Stoke City already through to the knockout stages of the Europa League. Will face Besiktas, and on Thursday it's Udinese against Celtic in that same competition. Celtic have to win. On Saturday in the Barclays Premier League, Wigan will face Chelsea. We start at 4:30. Richard Brodie that was, who got sent off, the substitute, the big rumbustious centre forward. He can't believe it. Bit of keepy-uppy. And then kicked it over the head of Ayling, and that was enough. And then threw the ball away. That was part of the equation too.
And then he looks perplexed. Put it in the right order. Dynamite and brains.
Been a bit frustrated in recent games, Richard Brodie. A lack of action on the pitch. So he was sent off in the first round against Wycombe Wanderers for violent conduct. Brodie, who's on loan from Crawley. Till. Beeley. Ngala. McLean couldn't trap it. All the way through to Stewart. Yeovil have prevailed in the last 2 league matches by 1-0. Slightly pulled away against Notts County at home. Victories in the last 5 matches in all competitions. So the trend is an improving one for Terry Skipperton's team. Mangan trying to work his way through. Goodall on the left. In by Kavanagh. Was the defender who went down. It comes from Till. Well, Terry Skipperton's team are seeing enough of the ball. Just about even, Stephen. They slight advantage with Yeovil. They are trailing. Is it really weather for that sort of thing? Now, action spills over to the other end. Williams pursuing and still going. And Davies to the rescue. Williams can't believe it.
Yeah, I think it's Goodall who's complaining for a little bit of a push, but there wasn't. And in the end, Davies bailed him out. A chance from nothing.
Here's Till. Takes on Amer, that tantalising ball. Mangan.
Well, Goodall just gets himself a bit of a pickle. There is a little nudge, but that's not a free kick because it's a delay. There's the nudge. Now he goes down, trips over his own feet. Williams gets in, and that's good from Davies there, just mopping that up.
Davies, who has recorded 8 clean sheets this season in 26 matches.
I'm not sure about that possession, by the way, 51 and 49. It seemed to me that Fleetwood have got a lot more. We might have to go down and have a little fiddle with our machine.
You're usually the man for the machines, Craig. All the gadgets. Now it's opening up again here for Fleetwood. It's Till. Briggs was lurking. Vardy was trying to feed him.
The lads down there, I'll be cussing you tonight for saying that bit of possession. Certainly would look that way, that's for sure.
Another corner to Fleetwood Town. And then Goodall making his way over to take it. Ayling watching the near post. Fleetwood with the edge in terms of corners, and Goodall tripping over that advertising board. Here it is, low trajectory from Goodall, and it's all the way wide. After all that, Pond was the man at the tail end of the move.
Well, certainly don't look confident from anything into the box from wide areas, Yeovil. Free header here initially, cleared off the line by Clifford. Doing his job in all fairness, and Pond just stretching a little bit. He's under pressure.
Fleetwood's turn to do the travelling tonight. After Yeovil made the long journey to the Fylde coast for the first game. Till's pass. Offside flag is up against Briggs. And it's going Fleetwood's way at the moment. Mickey Mellon, the Scot, who were 21st in Conference North when he took over in September of 2008. Obviously been working with the Burnley youth team. Comes off in Ngala.
Yeah, not the greatest of touches, was it? Sort of bounced straight off him.
Come on, team, let's go.
We're coming up at half-time, Ray Stubbs. Martin Keown. And Craig, are you going to go down there as well?
I am not. I'm having a cup of tea. The lads can get on with it.
There's Beeley.
Why do you want rid of me?
Never. Watton, and it was cobbled up by Goodall.
I've got news for you. You're going for my tea. Hopefully.
And perhaps a pie as well. Could be an order. Here's Till. Still on perhaps for Fleetwood. Vardy inside the penalty area. Goodall with the right foot. It took a deflection. Could really have gone anywhere. And another corner ensues.
But again, it's the space he's got to cut inside. That Goodall here. Nobody getting close to him. Nobody getting out to him at all. I think it's... Is it Huntington? It just sticks the leg out. Could go anywhere. And it's all Fleetwood, isn't it? Some serious thinking to do for Yeovil and Terry Stephenson.
And it's Goodall who whips it in. Oh, it was struck with venom. It fell for Till. Some work to do at the back for Beeley. McGuire tried to make it interesting. Well, shortly Terry Stephenson will be able to deliver his half-time team talk. Yeovil trailing. Agard. Kavanagh. And Vardy looking for freedom. It bounced off Vardy. Didn't know too much about it in the end. Timing that a little bit off.
No, it was a very good run actually, and it was a good ball, just a bit unfortunate.
Here's Clifford. Joined the Chelsea Academy 4 years ago from the Irish team Crumlin United. No doubt being watched again by all his friends and family back in Ireland. Celebrated the goal he scored with him in the first match at Highbury. His first senior goal. Now, Jamie Vardy goes down and Gala was the man with him, and the card is out here. Bonds in Gala is going to be cautioned.
Well, again, it's just, you know, it's just hoofed down the channel. It's Vardy's pace, which the two centre halves, Huntington and Ngala, can't handle. Now, there wasn't a great deal of intent there, but it certainly is a free kick. And it's not a red card, not the many looking, although there would have been possibly some who would have been in desperation looking for a red card there, but he's miles from goal, so it's only a yellow.
Jamie Milligan, when in the team, normally takes the free kicks and corners, but it's Goodall who does the honours. Stewart is there.
Oh, that was a great ball, and it really, really was. This only needs a touch from a Fleetwood player. Look, there was at least one offside anyway, just a touch of this, a tad lower.
Forward by Beeley.
Good ball again. Yeah, the quality, Derek, from Fleetwood up to the strikers is much better. It's given them a chance to get hold of this football.
McNulty. Picked up an ankle injury recently, McNulty, in the match against Stockport.
Look at the room for Kavanagh there as he picked it up. He's pick it up in Fleetwood in midfield. Look again, take a touch.
Good work by Kavanagh. And play continuing here now. The referee goes back. Well, that's very good officiating.
It's Ngala again. He could be off here. He's off. I think he could be off.
Well, Ngala is being called over.
Yes.
Now, what is referee James Adcock going to do?
I've got the feeling he might just be going to have a word here, but having just been booked, this is a rash challenge, and actually looking at it, it could easily and probably should have been a second yellow.
Well, it's the lenient approach favoured by James Adcock.
Yeah, proximity to the goal, very central. Referee's view, So he sees it plainly. Now that, Derek, we watch a lot of football. More often than not, that would be a yellow, wouldn't it?
I think you're right. Could easily have been second bookable offence. Mickey Mellon having a chat with Darren Sheldrake, the fourth official. Free kick to Fleetwood in a position of real danger. It's taken by Goodall, trying to get it to dip. Well, a big talking point here. James Adcock penalised Ngala. It was good refereeing to wait to see if the advantage was going to accrue, then to blow the whistle, give the free kick, but Ngala could easily have gone.
It was, but I thought that little build-up, Derek, typified the first half from Fleetwood, how they picked it up at the back, they had depth from the centre halves, they then got it into Kavanagh, he'd acres of space, and they popped it around a couple of times before they got it into Mangan's feet. And really, Yeovil have got to get away from sitting in front of that back four, because Mickey Mellon's side at the moment are dominating proceedings.
They've been promised a minimum of 2 added minutes at the end of this first half. Fleetwood Town in control at the moment against Yeovil Town. Kavanagh. McNulty. Still has Beeley to his right. Till he's looked up to see where Vardy was. Beeley. Fleetwood Town in front at the break. Jamie McGuire's goal to the delight of the travelling supporters. And Yeovil Town have plenty of work to do if they're to stay alive in the FA Cup. It is Yeovil 0, Fleetwood Town 1. Bonds and Ngala could easily have been sent off right on half-time.
Well, there is some way to go, and the Fleetwood Town fans are warming themselves up. Is that gentleman has he got no shirt on there?
They're made of stronger stuff than we are, right?
Absolutely remarkable. But you know what? In the FA Cup, Yeovil have something to say about this, you know. They're not just going to lie down, are they? Can you imagine their dressing room now? They'll be being told, you've really got to get something sorted out here.
Well, they're such as their reputation. They are the original giant killers, aren't they, Yeovil Town? And they'll be out there now. They need to make changes in this way. They've not been nearly good enough in that first half. Clifford, who was their best player in the first match, we hardly saw him.
Incredible that the boot goes on the other foot. Remember, Yeovil used to be the giant killers. Now the hunter is the hunted, because Yeovil, since they became a Football League club, have been knocked out of by non-league clubs 3 of the last 5 seasons. So, what's going to happen here? Second half about to get going. Back to Craig Burley and Derek Ray.
Yes, thanks, Ray. A change made by Yeovil at half-time. Gavin Williams, the Welshman, has come on. He's in his 4th spell with the club, not long back from a knee injury. And departing the scene, Connor Clifford, the 20-year-old Irishman. Fleetwood Town hold the aces. And they will kick off the second half, attacking the goal to our left here at Hewish Park. Chilly night, raw, damp. But the Fleetwood players aren't complaining. Kavanagh, all the way through for the goal kick immediately. It's gone the way that Mickey Mellon hoped it would. But still a bit of work to do here, Craig, for Fleetwood. Absolutely,
and that's what he would have been saying in the dressing room. You know, don't get carried away. We are the team now that's got to see this game out, rather than the team that have got to chase as they did at home. Got a bit lucky. They've got their second chance. And at the moment, they've got to say they're taking it. They're playing some slick football, they're creating chances, they look comfortable in possession, and that surely has been a jolt for Yeovil at half-time with Terry Skiverton. I would imagine there've been 1 or 2 backsides were kicked in there.
Gavin Williams, who's just come on, lost out to Kavanagh. Ngala. Perhaps a bit fortunate still to be on the pitch. Could easily have been dismissed for what would have been a second bookable offence.
Well, I don't think there's any ifs or buts. I think it was he's a very, very lucky boy at the moment. Let's see if Yeovil can take advantage of that. You can see the wind obviously swirling from left to right as you look, because that ball just held up there.
Kavanagh's pass. Vardy couldn't quite get there, and Gala read it well. McNulty. The winners to face Blackpool on the 7th of January in the third round. That would be new territory for Fleetwood, were they to make it. Long throw by Beeley. Stephen McLean came off the bench at the weekend and set up the only goal scored by Andy Williams in the 1-0 win for Yeovil against Notts County. 88th minute goal.
Well, he had a gilt-edged chance, didn't he, very early, Derek, in that first half. You might say Davies made a good save, but 4 or 5 yards out. Should have did better.
Fleetwood trying to get men up there again. Mangan and Vardy have such an excellent understanding. Goodall. Oh, it was a sore one for Huntington.
McGuire just goes in there, the arm slightly raised. Huntington, oh, there you go. A bit of afters there. There's a bit of afters there between Huntington and McGuire. Well, he's got his eye on the ball. The arm comes up. I don't think it's an elbow. I don't think there's any intent. Then, yes, the arm's over there. You've got to expect that.
McGuire gets a bit of a talking to from James Adcock, the referee. Watched by his dad, James Adcock, former Football League assistant referee. His father, David. Yeovil trying to get themselves back into this contest. Upson scored the goal for Terry Skiverton's team that made it 1-0 in the initial game at Highbury. Now, where's he going? I think you can draw your own conclusions. Over the head of Vardy. Free kick goes to Yeovil. And he's back with us. But more protective gear needed on a night like this. There's a swirling wind here at Hewish Park. And another test for the goalkeeper, Scott Davies. Goodall. The ball bounced off Andy Williams. Kavanagh in there to tidy up. Almost 5 minutes into the second half. Ayling with the throw for Yeovil Town. It's good work by Agard. It's Ayling. McLean. And Upson. Back it comes to Wotton. On by Upson.
Yeah, well closed down in the end by Beeley, the right back. Just got a block in. Really well defended in the end. Looked dangerous. Looked very nervy here. Fleetwood. Beeley gets out quite sharp. And McNulty. He's a big lad, isn't he?
Don't let it take on from the front. From the front.
I don't know if you'd want to mess with Steve McNulty. Natural leader. And Gala, just a bit casual. Mangan. That was cleverly done. Andy Mangan, beaten down by Stewart. All the while, one of Mangan's teammates on the ground.
I think there's a bit of a. I think he's trodden on Derek. Well, he seems to be holding his head at the moment. Anyway, seeing the build up to this. Mangan with a shot, certainly does move in there. Yeah, looks like Huntington.
Just got stepped on, Jamie Vardy. And there is a yellow card for Huntington. th appearance of the season for Paul Huntington. Vardy battles on. Well, Mickey Mellon will tell you all about the importance of Jamie Vardy to Fleetwood Town. Show us his best face in the first game. It's a tribute to the Yeovil Town defenders. Andy Williams was looking for the break of the ball.
I think the question with the stamp, or well, you might not call it a stamp, is you can make your own mind up. It is the intent. Was there any intent? Now, bear in mind, Huntington was the player who was involved only 5 minutes earlier with the potential elbow.
Now Mangan's pass for Vardy, and again Stewart is forced into urgent action. Quick fire stuff from Fleetwood. That was the Mangan-Vardy combination for you. Ayling. Huntington. Yeovil trying to change the course of events. We've had a few spicy moments in this match. Luke Ayling to take the free kick. Headed away by McNulty. With a minimum of fuss. Aimer forward. Nothing sustained from Yeovil. Thompson went in, up against Beeley. Here's Agard. Some dynamic qualities, Kieran Agard. To discomfort McNulty. Free kick then to Yeovil Town. And Gala, one of the aerial targets. Gavin Williams, having come on, will be tasked with taking the free kick. Williams for Yeovil, and Ngala, great stop by Davies, and again, and it just won't go in for Yeovil.
Well, that would have been ironic as some afters is going on here. Agard involved, but it would have been ironic with Ngala almost the equaliser. Shouldn't be on the pitch if we're being honest about it. Great ball in, very flat. McNulty doesn't quite deal with it. Ngala wins the header. Davies does well, scrambles it away in the end. And a little bit of handbags. Come on, lads. Really difficult ball to defend. Flicked on by a Fleetwood player initially. Good save. Good reaction there by Davies.
Got a strong hand on it, Scott Davies. The 24-year-old who grew up in Poulton, not too far from Fleetwood. And forward by Kavanagh. And it's Ayling, and it's Stewart. Fleetwood Town trying to dig in here. Luke Ayling with the throw. Bonds and Ngala. towards McLean, who has it back here. Stephen McLean, former Plymouth player. And down went Gavin Williams, free kick. Free kick to Yeovil. Gavin Williams ponders this one. Scott Davies has been a key figure for Fleetwood. Fleetwood in defensive mode as we speak. It's Watton. It's blocked by Goodall. He's prepared to put his body on the line. Vardy. Was nicely done by Goodall. Andy Mangan and Ayling. It's a fine piece of defending by the youngster.
Well, booking earlier for Huntington, I think was for the little pullback, but there was a little stamp as well. And you get booked for that there, and I think he can get out the way there, you know. Let's have another look. A little tighter angle on it now. Can he get out of the way? Just here. I think that's a stamp. I'm sorry. That should have been the second centre half for Yeovil off, and Gala for 2 yellows, and Huntington for the stamp. I think he can get out of the way there.
Another interesting debating point. Jamie Vardy was on the receiving end. Mellon's team, 1 goal to the good on this tense night here in Somerset. Great to have you with us for the FA Cup with Budweiser. Total attendance here, by the way, 3,276. Fleetwood trying to win away from home for the first time in the FA Cup proper. Not counting qualifying rounds. They were the team who had to come from behind in the first match, trailing 2-0 on 82 minutes. 2 late goals. Now it's the turn of Yeovil to attempt the fight back. Peter Till. We'll leave it for Beeley. Kavanagh. Beeley. Now Vardy's header on. Ngala is put to work. Ngala, who joined Yeovil in July after being released by Plymouth. Loan spells at MK Dons and Scunthorpe while at West Ham. Briggs was the man holding it up. Over it comes again. Huntington. And to concentrate to the full. Ngala. Pond. The longest serving player on the Fleetwood Town staff, Nathan Pond. Well, we've hit the hour mark. Fleetwood Town supporters here in Yeovil holding their breath. You can only imagine what the atmosphere is like back on the Fylde coast.
Send him back that side! Send him back that side! Sure, keep him that side, don't let him put that.
Watton, the midfield fulcrum for Yeovil. Amer couldn't quite get there. And there they are. Fleetwood Town supporters not too worried about the cold. One or two fashion statements in there, maybe dubious fashion statements.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Mum. I'm going to go down to the game tonight. It's freezing. I'm going to take my top off in front of all the lads.
We're there on the Copse Road terrace. Traditional away end here at Hewish Park. Kavanagh. And they keep it on the ground. Now, free kick, is it going to be? It is. McGuire writhing in agony. Upson was the culprit. Now, what's the referee going to do?
Well, yellow, I would imagine. Yeah, it is. He's dropped it.
Ed Upson pleading his case. The referee has made his decision. Ed Upson. Yellow card.
Oh, he just catches him late, doesn't he? McGuire there as he pokes it away. There's no doubt about it. It's a yellow card, and he's also absolutely right to be going for the ball there, Upson. Just mistimes it a bit.
Ed Upson, who helped Ipswich Town win the FA Youth Cup back in 2005. He's Yeovil's top scorer this season in all competitions with 5 goals.
Yeah, he scored that great goal in the first game, didn't he? That screamer on the right-hand side. But I think Fleetwood may argue that the two Yeovil centre-halves should be having a bath at this point.
Well, there's one of them in Gala.
Of course, it won't be an issue if Fleetwood win the game. But if they don't, it might be.
There is the potential for extra time tonight in this replay.
I've told you.
Penalties too.
I've told you not to mention that word. Do not mention extra time.
Hearing, by the way, that Salisbury have scored against Grimsby. Daniel Fitchett scoring in that match. Winners away to Sheffield United in round 3. The winners of this match will face Blackpool at home in the 3rd round. That would have tremendous resonance as far as both teams are concerned. Ayling got caught, and it's Briggs right across the face of goal. Important touch by Aymer for Yeovil.
Yeah, did well there, Briggs, really, really well, and it was a cracking ball across as he takes it in, just gets there in front of Ayling, then just feeds it across. Till's going to read it a bit quicker and get himself into that back post.
And here they come again, Fleetwood Town, and they've managed to carve out a corner. Almost 20 minutes into the second half. Got the heavy artillery forward here, and that of course includes McNulty. Alan Goodall to deliver. Man from Birkenhead. It's a 7th successive start. Goodall. The header away by Huntington. He's right beside his goalkeeper Stewart. Stretching for it to Watton and Gala behind him. And Kavanagh slices the ball out of play. Just a reminder that you can vote for the Budweiser Man of the Match. Go to espn.co.uk/fans. Huntington. Wasn't the best of balls. And the boos are audible. Well, this is not what Terry Skiverton wanted to see from his players. The FA Cup has always meant an awful lot to Yeovil Town. Centred on by Vardy, away by Aymer. Gavin Williams. So Stephen McLean's been pretty quiet, hasn't seen an awful lot of the ball.
He shifted out onto that left-hand side, which is a bit strange. Gab through the middle with the sub Gavin Williams trying to support, and really Yeovil haven't really got the ball wide.
It's Goodall for Fleetwood. Wanted it back and got it back from McGuire. Kavanagh. Wharton couldn't stay on his feet. Goodall comes off Ayling. Corner to Fleetwood Town. The God Army trying to ratchet things up. David Bond works his way up. McNulty's in there too. Look at that.
Yeah, but you don't win games on corners, do you?
One or two managers you've played for in the past used to be quite fond of talking about corners, and corners won. Here's McGuire. This latest corner for Fleetwood. It's Ayling. Kavanagh. Andy Williams gives it to Upson. Agard. Hasn't been the happiest of nights so far for Kieran Agard. Whistle's gone here, and there will be a free kick and a yellow card as well. McNulty is the man whose name is taken.
Well, it was his centre-half partner that stitched him up. Pond just gave it away needlessly, little square ball, and then trying to mop the situation up. Just a late challenge from the big fella. And you're absolutely right. There was a manager who used to play for, who remain nameless. He used to say we had more corners than them after the game, but we lost 3-0. It's good, that, is it?
Gavin Williams with the free kick for Yeovil. I think that manager is in managerial action this evening.
Come on, man! Come on, man!
Well, he's not watching then, that's all right. We can say what we want.
Here's Beeley. Till. And Kavanagh. Agard. To show us his dancing feet.
Did well in there, McGuire. Not only scored his goal, but he's mopped quite a lot of things up. He's been tidy. He's got some challenges in. He's passed it well. He's supported. And this is the difference at the moment between the sides. It's tight. But in the first half, that was dominated by Fleetwood, by the conference side. They played the better football, and the goal came from McGuire, and they're now looking to add to that. He's got to go, this fella.
Well, you wonder, don't you? Bonzingala, who was booked earlier, unfortunate not to be shown a second yellow card earlier, but this time the decision is taken. 2 yellows equal a red, and it's the end of the story for Bonzingala. Yeovil down to 10 men.
Well, what he's saying there, the referee, is, look, I've given you 2 or 3 chances already. I warned you at the edge of the box in the first half when you probably should have had a second yellow. But for sheer stupidity, now, whether there's any intent or not doesn't matter. He knows he shouldn't get this tight to the player, and in many ways, he just throws his leg into him there, but he gets across him, and you should not get this close. There's no need. He's not going anywhere. Give yourself a bit of breathing space. Don't get too tight. Don't give any needless free kicks away, and certainly don't pick up a second yellow. He's off. 10 men Yeovil.
Well, they have to defend this set piece. Goodall. A wasted one, really. Terry Stephenson has lost his centre half. Bonzingala trying to reorganise.
Well, they've got a 3, wouldn't they? They've got a 3 at the back. Let's go 3-4-2.
Yeovil supporters have turned out on this unfriendly night.
It's been windy here today, hasn't it? Look at that bloke's hair.
Fleetwood Town at the moment staring in the face a place in round 3 of the FA Cup, and a meeting with Blackpool. But wait a minute, Goodall took the gamble. It's Andy Williams, and across comes Bond.
Yeah, great defending by Pond there. And a golden opportunity now for Fleetwood Town to play their neighbours Blackpool in this third round, but they've got some work to do before that happens.
Gavin Williams, first corner for Yeovil. It's fallen nicely for Mangan. All the way up towards Till. Kavanagh. Now can Fleetwood capitalise on their numerical superiority? The pass by Briggs to Vardy. Everything's gone over there. And Stewart grabs hold of it. Andy Williams. Watson wins the throw. Alan O'Brien, the Irishman, is about to come on for the Glovers. Paperwork being carried out. Alan O'Brien, who has missed recent matches with a hamstring injury. Played 5 times for the Republic of Ireland. And Kavanagh, that was a bit crude. And the referee comes over towards Peter Kavanagh. Just a verbal warning. It's quite the gash on the head of Kavanagh. Now the substitution for Yeovil, and it will be the Scot Stephen McLean making way for the Irishman Alan O'Brien. You'll remember O'Brien from his Hibs days, Craig.
Yeah, he's quick, or he was quick. I don't know if he still is. I'd imagine he's still sprightly on his feet, and they need somebody to inject a bit of pace into the game.
Here is Gavin Williams with a free kick. Oh, it's a wretched one from the Yeovil point of view. Ailing was snatching at it. And driving through was Upson. Managed to get the break of the ball. In nips Kavanagh. Yeovil can't afford to be too fancy. Trying to throw everything they can at Fleetwood. The Glovers down to 10 men following the sending off of Bonds in Gala. Kieran Agard. Oh dear. And that has gone all the way out of the ground.
Yeah, it's heading towards the channel, that one is. But, certainly the first part of the play is excellent here, gets away from a couple of Fleetwood players. He's trying to whip it in the far corner, but it's not happening.
Coming up on ESPN tomorrow from 5:30, it's Besiktas against Stoke City in the Europa League. Stoke already through to the knockout stages, and Celtic would like to join them. They must beat Udinese on Thursday if they're to succeed. 8 o'clock. The kick-off time in question. Then on Saturday in the Barclays Premier League, it is Wigan against Chelsea. We're on at 4:30. Now what do Yeovil have left here? O'Brien, was an inquiry about handball.
No, it was a chest, wasn't it? Surely his chest is on our blind side, but I certainly thought, my initial instinct was that he knew what he was doing. He could see it, he got a good view of the ball coming in.
Came off Pond. Yeovil try again. 15 minutes left. And Agard. Well, he's almost trying to force it, you just feel.
Yeah, I don't think he's expecting it. I think he thinks Pond's going to head it away, and big centre-half gets caught under it. Just loses the flight of the ball there, Pond.
Kieran Agard, who joined Yeovil in the summer after what was dubbed the transfer, not the transfer, but transfer TW. That was because much of the discussion happened on Twitter, Craig's favourite medium.
Don't mention Twitter. I'll tell you about Twitter. Those people that go on Twitter got Chris Foy mixed up with Chris Hoy. That says it all.
Here's Vardy, trying to unbalance Huntington, and is it going to be the second so near? Well, Till was waiting, just couldn't make contact with the ball. After fabulous work by Jamie Vardy.
I'd say it was well defended by Ayling, who's gone from right back to left back since the sending off on the reshape.
Oldham are leading Southend by 1-0. Remember, the winners of that tie will go to Anfield to face Liverpool. Chris Taylor with a goal for Oldham. Big night in the FA Cup. So much at stake. Away by Goodall. Fleetwood Town are inching ever closer to a meeting with Blackpool.
Well, might have wrapped it up here. Great play from Vardy there. Just go on, somebody get on the end of that. I've got to say, I thought Ayling did well there. See how Ayling just leaned into him a little bit just to put him off.
And Vardy's pass this time. Here's Mangan. Beeley offering support. Does like to get forward from right back when he can. O'Brien with him. Once again, Kavanagh was covering. He's done a lot of the unspectacular work very well tonight, Peter Kavanagh. Briggs. O'Brien.
Can you explain that one to me? I just can't get it out of me because you like a bit of Twitter. How do you get a referee mixed up with an Olympic cyclist?
I'm not sure about that one.
Tell me, come on.
No, I'm not sure.
Does that not sum up the people that love to go on that and talk about absolutely nothing? Just to tell people they've had gravy with their apple pie.
I should explain the genesis of the so-called transfer. Terry Skiverton asked Yeovil fans on Twitter who they might want to sign. Oh, it's Vardy inside the box here. Vardy with the missed kick. Mangan.
Well, he's completely missed his kick there, Derek. That could have been wrapped up there. Great chance for Vardy, it really was.
Agard trying to put the pressure on Pond. And Davies. Sure-footed.
Well, they won't want to be ruined chances at the end of this game. And this is certainly what you call 1 out of nothing. Ayling lets it drop, you can't do that, and that's a complete miss kick. I think looking at the goalie, taking his eye off the ball there, Vardy. And well, they don't kill this off. Yeovil always just have a little sneaky chance. I feel a bit better now, mate. I've got my Twitter rant out of the way. It's like a weight off my shoulders.
A night wouldn't be complete without one.
Each to their own. Each to their own, mate.
Terry Skiverton did ask Yeovil fans who they might want to sign. And on Twitter, the name of Kieran Agard kept coming up. He's available after being released by Everton. Huntington. There's Agard. And Pond on top of him. Free kick. Nathan Pond penalised. '82nd match for the club. Nathan Pond. And there's the activity near the penalty area. Man with the soiled shirt, Upson, takes it, and it's desperately disappointing. Till. It's back with Upson. That's not going to trouble Davies. And a reminder that you can vote for the Budweiser Man of the Match. It's simple. Go to espn.co.uk/fans. Ayling. There's Agard. Just couldn't unhinge McNulty. Goodall. It was easy meat for Gavin Williams, but he's completely overhit it. It was one Williams towards another. Gavin to Andy.
Well, I think that ball from back to front has been has been really poor for Yeovil this evening. It's either been overhit or it's been wide of the mark, and it's not really given whoever's been up front at that particular time a chance to take it in and build.
It's Beeley. Oh, that was inventive. He's been busy and he's managed to get forward, Sean Beeley. Huge disparity in terms of corners won. And it's McGuire trotting over. Vardy and Pond together. Briggs is in there too. McGuire. Sent it away by Aymer for Yeovil. That was something of an off break. It comes to Vardy. Oh, and just wide. Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, he had no real back left here, Vardy. He had an option out to his right, but I think he's got his head down. He's only got one thing in his mind. And great feat initially just to shift it past a couple of defenders. He's looked a lot better player tonight, hasn't he, Vardy, than he did look in the first game, Derek?
Just didn't really do himself justice at Highbury, Jamie Vardy. Free kick and ball against Wotton. 10 against 11 here, and Gala sent off, and it's pushed through by Briggs towards Vardy. A touch by Upson. Well, Billy Gibson will come on for Yeovil. 21-year-old midfield man. His last appearance was as a substitute in the FA Cup against Hereford. 3-0 win for Yeovil in round one, and Wotton is being replaced. Wotton, the defensive-minded midfield player. Gibson often to be found on the right-hand side of midfield. More of an attacking presence.
Yeah, I mean, and Wotton's 34 now, isn't he? And it's been a heavy pitch. It's a lot of football playing on a Saturday and then playing again on a Tuesday, so he's probably feeling it as well in there. As well as they'll need to get some bodies forward if they're going to try and peg back this Fleetwood lead. But they can smell it, Fleetwood. They can sense it. The players, their manager, their supporters. They're almost over that finishing line.
They have the scent in their nostrils, the Fleetwood Town players and all their supporters here and back on the Fylde coast. Beeley. Oh, that had to be a foul.
Again, McGuire there to clean up that situation. You need players like that who are just prepared to get around and make the tackles. Mickey Millam's a bit like that as well, as a player for Tranmere and Burnley and West Brom, amongst others.
There was a youngster at Hearts. It was Joe Jordan who took him to Bristol City as a teenager.
It's always nice to come into management and you've got a budget. I mean, you know, there's no getting away from it. Mickey Mellon has got a budget, a good budget, better than a lot of Football League clubs. Not taking anything away from him, but it's certainly a help. I'd rather have it that way than not.
Now, McNulty, who was booked earlier, and there it is. It's another ordering off. Second bookable offence if the referee can find his red card. There it is. It's 10 against 10 for the last 5 minutes of normal time.
Yeah, I think it's for the cynical block. He just checks the player. And there's been no real bad tackles tonight, but there's been a lot of cynical stuff. There's been a lot of late stuff. He knows he's getting beat for pace down that wide position. Sandy Williams is quick. He knows what he's doing there, and I think there'll be no complaints from Mickey Mellon.
Hang on to your hats. It's gone all the way through, and all that required was a little touch. Aymer tried to provide that touch for Yeovil Town.
Well, it might be a dicey last 5, 6 or 7 minutes, depending on the injury time to be played on. And as that ball came in, the deeper and the deeper Fleetwood got, and that's always dangerous.
Well, Kieran Charnock, who scored on the first match, will come on for Peter Till. It's a big, robust defender for a more attacking player, and you can understand that, what with McNulty having just been sent off.
Absolutely. Got to get a bit of height in there again.
Charnock's 5th match for Fleetwood. He scored 2 goals in his previous 4 games. Mangan. Tough to see where Vardy was. It's too strong from Mangan. It's confirmation of the change. Kieran Charnock for Peter Till. Well, that wasn't too clever. Kavanagh. Now Vardy. He goes down, looks for the free kick. The shot comes in, the advantage. He's allowed to go to Fleetwood Town. The shot coming in from Briggs.
Well, I'm not sure how much it was an advantage there. I think Vardy attempted to dive over the top of the tackle more than anything.
Now at the other end. And they shout for a corner. It's given. Terry Stephenson looks on and hopes. Fleetwood Town supporters praying that their heroes can hang on. Gavin Williams into the breeze. Up went Davies. And that decision has gone the way of Yeovil Town again.
Yeah, well, what I look at here is nobody on the post. Yes, as the ball come in, I think it's McGuire dropped back onto that near post, but I think it's a dangerous tactic not to have anybody in the post.
It's Gibson's corner, it's the outswinger. Can he line up some sort of shot here? Gibson. Well, the indications are we'll have 5 added minutes. The counter-attack might be on here. Jamie Vardy. A very good piece of anticipation it was by Ayling, and here's Upson. Davies hasn't done a lot wrong. Scott Davies, the pride of Fleetwood. Moving closer and closer, but the Yeovil supporters know that something magical from their point of view has to happen, and quickly. Against 10. Enfield levelled on the personnel front. Centre half from each team sent off in Gala of Yeovil, McNulty of Fleetwood. Mickey Mellon's Fleetwood Town can almost touch it. A place in the 3rd round and a meeting with Blackpool. Pass by Huntington was a good one. O'Brien using his pace, and it's just over the top. How close can it be? Gavin Williams, he thought it was going in.
Well, it's all about O'Brien's pace. We talked about that when he came on. Getting down that left-hand side, just look at him go here. Getting cut out, Fleetwood, and he's just always on the stretch here, Gavin Williams. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to go back across where that ball's come from. He's trying to go for that right-hand corner. There's a huge gap in there. And if he can keep it down, then Davies has had a very, very good game for Fleetwood. Would not have stood a chance. What a chance so late on for Yeovil to peg it back.
Well, it's always a kaleidoscope of shifting emotions, the FA Cup. And this game is no exception. Terry Stephenson and Yeovil Town giving it a go. As we move now into added time, we'll have 5 added minutes. Andy Williams didn't quite work out to his satisfaction. Vardy. He tried to hold it up, waiting for Kavanagh to arrive. Gibson. Important tackle it was from Goodall. Vardy. Now what can Vardy do here? Zigzagging his way forward, and Jamie Vardy! He's finished it as a contest. Vardy for Fleetwood. The Cod Army are going to the 3rd round for the very first time.
Well, they've been looking for Vardy on that 1-on-1 for last 15 or 20 minutes. and eventually they find the pass to get him at Huntington here. Yeovil pushing forward, looking for the equaliser. Now he knows he's got the pace in the centre half. He knows Huntington's been booked as well. So he's unlikely to risk a challenge, as late as it is. And past him he goes, a little shimmy to the right, drives it to the left. He's too quick, gets a little bit of luck, keeper's unlucky. But on this occasion, Fleetwood get the luck. And Fleetwood, it looks like, will be heading into that third round to play Blackpool. What a story.
Jamie Vardy's moment. And the Yeovil supporters know now the end is nigh.
Well, everybody talked about Jamie Vardy. As we see the fans getting carried away, they'll enjoy their night. But everybody talked about young Vardy when we went up to Fleetwood, and I watched him and I thought, well, he's had an off night, but I've got to say, he's looked a lot sharper tonight. I think this system, 4-3-3, suited him a lot better, Derek.
Yes, that's played a big part in it, in his success in this match in comparison with the first game. Fleetwood Town of the conference, and well, they might be in again. Vardy might be in again. Well, the celebrations have begun, and that Copse Road end. I think these celebrations are going to run long into the night. Not just here, but back in Fleetwood. And I'll tell you what, Fleetwood Town against Blackpool is going to be one of the most intriguing ties in the third round of the FA Cup with Budweiser. Two clubs from just 7 or 8 miles apart. Still, Yeovil try. But time very much against them. Gavin Williams. We've got a corner out of this. Almost at the finish line, Mickey Mellon's team. The corner taken as quickly as possible. Gavin Williams was in position. And by Gavin Williams, Nathan Pond, high header, Agard, Huntington looking to cushion it. Well, that's not going to help the Yeovil Town cause. Andy Mangan has done so much unselfish work in this game. Missed a chance early on, but he has been named the Budweiser man of the match.
Well, I did say, Derek, at the end of the game up at Fleetwood that I felt Mickey Mellon's side had a lot more in the tank. I think he was disappointed with the way they performed at home, and certainly Yeovil missed a trick on that particular evening. A cold, blustery Friday night in Fleetwood, and Terry Skiverton's men were 2-0 up, 80 minutes in the clock, game in the bag, and they let it slip, and boy have they paid the price. And Fleetwood tonight, we've seen the best of them. They've been excellent.
Kavanagh tries to mop up in the last 2 seconds, and the advantage with Fleetwood. Vardy, and he's won the free kick. The FA Cup is all about stories, and this story belongs not to Yeovil Town but to Fleetwood Town. The Cod Army, Fleetwood have dropped anchor in the third round of the FA Cup for the first time in their history, and the Fylde Coast will get its dream tie. Fleetwood against Blackpool on the 7th of January.